Okay, honestly, I know the Leafs record isn't all that bad, but I'm starting to get concerned about the way that they're playing recently. We've talked about how they don't score as many goals as they did last year, but they can defend really well, but their defense is slipping. Is that not concerning to anybody else? Okay, that was a great intro and everything. No. No? Yeah, we tried to, here, let me just... Yeah, no, see, your intro's off by 1/4 of an inch. It doesn't count. That's stupid. But do I look like Matt Duchene? Take it up with the people who matter. Let's go! Do you have a humiliation kit? This is all I ask you to do. I'm having a great finger flick. You're allowed to show up. This team is ruining my life. I'm taking crazy pills. With you, wherever you are, welcome to LFR. Leafs lose 4-2 at the hands of the Detroit Red Wings, and I don't like it. And I think it might be time to have a little chat. Before that chat begins, the internet can be a scary place. I know this because I spend pretty much every waking moment on it. You're constantly getting hit with sketchy ads and phishing scams, malware, and other web nonsense that frankly I don't fully understand. But stuff doesn't stress me out anymore. Not since I started using Surfshark VPN. Online security and privacy, I'm protected. Public Wi-Fi dangers, not worried. Geo-blocking and blackouts, I don't know them. Surfshark VPN keeps me safe online, protecting my personal data wherever I go on all of my devices, and allowing me to connect to over 3,200 servers in 100 countries. It's like a snug hockey helmet for my big, beautiful web surfing head. That sound good to you? Great, well then you'll like this as well. Head on over to surfshark.com/Steve Dangle. That's surfshark.com/Steve Dangle, and you get 4 extra months of Surfshark VIP the moment you sign up. It's easy to get started. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And Surfshark's 24/7 customer service is top-notch. In case you missed it, that's 4 extra months of service when you visit surfshark.com/Steve Dangle. Now, it wasn't the Sharks giving the Leafs problems in this one, no. It was the Red Wings. Now, Red Wings fans, if you're watching this, you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this part. I don't know if a lot of Leaf fans have, fully understand how bad this loss is. Every year, there's teams at the top of the standings and the bottom of the standings, but then there's a couple teams we pick on. I'm not talking individual fan bases picking on, Leafs fans are picking on, whatever. I'm not talking about that. The hockey collective starts picking on a couple teams. This year's early candidates were very, very clearly the Nashville Predators and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, the Predators, second last place in the league, still 2 wins in their last 10. They're very much still in that group. The Pittsburgh Penguins, they're moving on up in the world. 6 wins in their last 10 games. They're doing okay. They are no longer in the should be getting picked on group. So who fills their spot? Chicago was itching to fill it, but no one really expects anything of them, and they already fired their coach. Montreal, Ducks, Sharks, There are 2 teams ranked 26th or lower out of a 32-team league who are prime candidates, and they are both Atlantic teams. The Buffalo Sabres and, sneakily, the Detroit Red Wings have been awful. In fact, winning tonight's game broke a 3-way tie between the Red Wings, Sabres, and Ducks. They are below 500 at home, below 500 on the road. They were below 500 in their last 10 games, and they have a goal differential of -16. They have not been good. And the Leafs traded chances with them all night. Here, let's talk about the chances specifically and then the greater theme here, because they play tomorrow. First goal they score. Who doesn't have a goal? Jeff Petrie. How did Jeff Petrie score? Apparently the Red Wings are LFR viewers because they go to the net! Joseph Woll definitely can't see this thing, and you can't stop what you can't see. It's a 1-0 Red Wings lead. But then the Leafs tie it with a sick and friggin' awesome goal. Dude, my 4-year-old son, my precious baby boy, we never get to watch hockey together. I'm either out or he's going to bed because he's 4. We saw that goal together, and we jumped up and down, and we practiced doing thumbs up and thumbs down, and he did thumbs down when the Leafs got scored on because he saw a guy on TV do it. And then he did thumbs up when they scored, and we high-fived and we hugged, and he said, "I love you, Daddy." And then you monsters made me explain not offside, which is hard enough, but an offside review to a junior kindergarten student, and I will never forgive you. And I gotta tell you, he handles that way better than I did at that age, and currently. I'll never forgive Matt Duchene. I really never will. Okay, so the Leafs were offside. Fine. It doesn't count. Fine. Okay, so the rule was you had to have your little tippy toesies blade, not even your tippy toesies, your blade, on the ice and onside. Then it became, no, your tippy toesies and heelsies and whatever have to just, they could be up in the air, but it's the, what is it called? The line goes to the roof. I forget what it's called. Who cares? For this one, like, can it be your bum also? Why does it matter where your feetsies are? If you're sticking your bum out, like, first of all, that could be really funny. Here we go, I'm being a good teammate. Also, can we make an amendment called the shut up nerd rule? Well, you see, he's offside by about a quarter of an inch. Shut up, nerd, good goal. Hockey's gone through so many changes in my life, and most of them have been for the better. This one sucks. Whatever, no goal, the Leafs go into first intermission, down 1 goal. But they get a hilarious one back. Mitch Marner just zipping around the zone like a water bug. I just checked, the NHL had the audacity to hand out a secondary assist on this goal. Nylander got it. Congrats, Nylander fantasy holders. He was certainly present, but it was Marner. And he handles the situation so well that he can basically pass to either assassin on either side of him, and it's probably going to be a goal. Like, look at the opening Willie has. Everyone, including Ville Husso, is cheating towards Matthews, and he scores anyway. He's a monster, and he's a double-digit goal scorer. Finally. And the Leafs tie it up in what turned out to be the Leafs' best period of the game. They were playing pretty well. And that top line, puck on a string, no one could take it off them. They were doing great until less than 20 seconds to go in the period. Leafs turnover. Well, you know, not every turnover has to end up in the back of your net. So the Leafs scamper back. And these are the little mental things that the Leafs do that drive me sad. And I do feel like this is a mental thing here. Oh no, I've made a mistake. Quick, scamper. No one's at the point they scored. Look at that. Mo Seider, like, doesn't make his move for 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. He is waiting for someone to figure out that he exists. After the Leafs turnover, they overcommit to defense, which actually makes them bad at it, and he's wide open. Should it be Matthews? Should it be Nye? Should it be Marner? Should it be any one of them? Talk! You turned what should have been an easily fixable problem where you outnumbered the Red Wings into, just leaving one of the best offensive defensemen in the league wide open. He scores, you're up 2-1, and you head into the second intermission the same way you headed into the first. Down 1. Now, at the beginning of the third period, I have an idea of what Craig Berube said in that room. And I can't scream anymore. Like, I did a book signing earlier today in St. Catharines, and I got to meet some lovely people. And I was able to actually bring one of them home with me, and I'm going to let them explain what Craig Berube told the Leafs at second intermission. Go to the net! This thing? This is my new favorite thing. Thank you to the Abel family who gave me this weird puppet thing that you put on your hands. If you're listening to the podcast version of this, it's just imagine. They just lost to a 42-year-old Zamboni driver who works for them! I like this thing more than I have ever liked myself. This is so good. And the third period, we talk about how this is like a playoff style team, a more playoff style team, and maybe they are. But the playoffs so often boil down to moments. Game 7, Leafs versus Bruins. What did it come down to? One moment. Did they have them most of the game? Sure. You score a goal, you go up 1-0, you fumble that, you go to overtime, and you lose on a trick play, basically, that you did not anticipate at all. Leafs third pair, which has been a strength until recently. They were brutal here. Simone Benoit specifically. All right, here we are in the neutral zone. The puck is at Tyler Mott's feet, and Simone Benoit says, "I will reach." And Tyler Mott says, "I will teach." And he beats him wide with speed and authority, and it's so sad how bad he does it. They put it on, and oh no, Joseph Woll has to make a save, and then he does, and there's a rebound, and they don't get it. And here's the rebound, and oh my goodness, this should have gone in, but Joseph Woll with another miraculous save! And finally, the Leafs' mission of making Jeff Petrie look like actual coffee is complete. Jeff Petrie came into this game with 0 goals on the season. That's so many goals! It's not how you do that bit. Ville Husso came into this game with 0 wins! And guess what? Empty netter from Lucas Raymond, who I left on my fantasy bench tonight, along with Mo Seider, because I believe in my team, and this is how they repay me. Petrie, his first 2 goals of the season. Jeff Petrie was on hat-trick watch. Do you understand? Ville Husso picks up his first win and the Leafs lose. So, Detroit's bad. Okay, I get it. They won tonight. Leafs lost tonight. Over the last 7 games, the Leafs are 4-3. I think they've played 7 consecutive bad to mediocre games. 7 in a row. But because they've been winning most of them, do we panic? How many bad to mediocre games do you need to play in a row in order for it to be a topic of conversation? I have an answer, by the way. I know exactly what the answer is. Tomorrow is the second half of a back-to-back against the Buffalo Sabres. It's 8. 8 is the answer. Leafs blow this one against Buffalo. Dennis Hill to be in net. You got to play better in front of the kid than you did the last time. Second half of a back-to-back, it would be the second straight. You'd be 4-4 in your last 8. It's a conversation now. But you have a chance to win questions. When do we see the hearing announced for Bergeron's cross-check on Dewar? Listen. When Nyes got hit by Zach Whitecloud and the NHL made that genuinely good, like genuinely great explanation video for why that hit's okay. Notice how they were happy to make a video for why doing something to a Leaf was okay. When they did that video, that I think was their good deed for the year. They're done. Good luck out there. You're not getting anything you want for the rest of the season. Is it okay to talk about how the Leafs can't score enough goals now? Okay, so yes. And the reason that it's time to talk about how the Leafs don't score very many goals is they started allowing more. And Joseph Woll gave this team every chance to win this game. I thought he was fantastic. There were some really good performances tonight, and I'll talk about them. Max Domi, dude. It leads into this question. Do you remember what it was like when Max Domi scored a goal or registered a point? Okay, scored a goal. Pretty sure it was game 1 or 2 against the Bruins in the playoffs. Maybe 3. Earlier this season, he put up a bunch of points, a bunch of primary assists. Here, let's scroll through his game log from this season to find out the last time he got a point. December 12th against Anaheim, no. December 10th against New Jersey, no. November 16th against Edmonton, no. Remember, he was hurt. November 13th against Washington, no. November 12th against Ottawa, no. November 9th against Montreal, no. November 8th against Detroit, no. November 5th against Boston, no. November 3rd against Minnesota, no. November 2nd against St. Louis, no. October 31st against Seattle, no. October 28th against Winnipeg, no. October 26th against Boston, no. October 24th against St. Louis, no. October 22nd against Columbus, no. Hey! There it is! Why, we found it! October 21st against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So many consecutive games without a point. Now, I'm willing to give Domi a half mulligan there. Because listen, he played after that hot start for a solid month. Definitely hurt. Definitely hurt, and he shouldn't have been playing, but he either felt like he had to stay in the lineup or there was pressure or whatever it was. I don't know. He played way too long with whatever he had. He wasn't effective. He was brutal. Now, he's had a long layoff. He was out for like a month, and you would hope that whatever was ailing him is in his past, or at very least improved greatly. Man, oh man, oh man, does he need to start being effective. Even last game, like I sang the praises of the third line that they had last game. It was Holmberg, Minton, and Domi. It was a very good line. He was the third best member of the line. He was the third most noticeable member of the line in a positive way. This one is Minton, Domi on the right, and McMahon on the left, which I love on paper and should work. Smashing 2 questions from the audience together. Thoughts on McMahon's first game back? Looked like he was flying and had some good chances. Yeah, so like it took him a few shifts to get going, and then when he did, he was a genuinely effective player, and you saw how much the Leafs missed him. Max Domi makes nearly $4 million on this team. You know why? He was a Leaf last year. That's why. And he was really good. That's why. He was on Matthews' wing. And he was unreal doing it, by the way. They have got to get this guy going. Matthews is back. He started scoring. Marner gets 2 points nearly every game. Nylander is one of the top offensive performers in the league. John Tavares is having a really solid season. Max Pacioretty had 2 goals last game. Bottom 6. What have you done? What have you done? Any of you? Like, a lot of them have played effectively, right? Like, I wouldn't say I don't like Steven Lorentz's game. I wouldn't say I don't like Connor Dewar's game. I wouldn't say I don't like Pontus Holmberg's game. He's found himself a little niche on this team. Fraser Minton has a couple goals. Okay. Domi has nothing since before Halloween. All right. And Bobby McMahon just got back into the lineup. Can one, literally one, of those grown men, Minton, we're pushing it, but score! Domi and McMahon being on the same line with Fraser Minton, I really feel like should be a match made in heaven. Maybe it's just going to take a few games. Hey, Buffalo's struggling. Woo, right there. That'd be a nice breakout game for them. Domi creating havoc against the Sabres. Gosh, he makes the money for a reason. He's a good player when he's on. They need him. And if he can't score, dude, he's not a great defensive player, and Craig Berube's teams are about taking defense and turning it into offense. If he can't do that, I don't know. So, what do you think? Leave a comment in the comment box down below about any and everything. And hey, last one. Tomorrow, book signing in Burlington. Specifically, Indigo Burlington 777 Guelph line. If I don't see you at that book signing, I don't know when I'm going to see you next. That's the last date. We squeezed in as many as we can. These stores have been very gracious with their time and space, especially this close to Christmas. So I hope to see you there. I really do. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I don't know what's up with the voice. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends.